I'm going to demonstrate how to sight in a scope on a gun. First thing I want to tell you is this is a deadly weapon. It will kill somebody. So you never want to point a gun at a person, house, car, or anything like that. Secondly, you want to treat every gun as if it were loaded. I know my gun's not loaded because I have my chamber open, but I'm still going to treat it as if it were loaded. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to get a target. 50 yards down there, I have a target set up where the hill is a backdrop for the bullet to go into. I have a big target because I don't know how my gun is going to shoot. The next thing I want to do is I want to get something stationary to rest my gun on when I shoot. The reason I want to rest my gun on something is because I don't want to be wobbling all over the place whenever I shoot, or I'm going to get an inaccurate reading of how my scope's set. The next thing I want to talk to you about is eye protection and hearing protection. Anytime you fire a weapon, you should have eye protection and hearing protection. After I've got my range established, my hearing and my eye protection in, I'm ready to make sure my range is clear. By range being cleared, I mean no animals, no people or anything should be walking through your range at this time. The next step would be to load my gun. My gun's not loaded for this demonstration, but we're going to act like it is. The next step, I would put on my eyeglasses and my hearing protection. I would come over to my stationary rest. I would announce that the range is hot. The range is hot means that I have a live round in this gun and it could go off. After that, I'm going to cock my hammer back and I'm going to announce that I am shooting. Once I have shot, I will then look to see where my bullet hit the target. Once I have established where my bullet hit the target, there's two knobs on a scope. You've got your up and down on the top of your scope, and you've got your left and right. If you're 2 inches to the left at 50 yards, you would take this 16 clicks because it's 1/4 of an inch at 100 yards, which would make it an 1/8 of an inch movement at 50 yards. So now I've got my left and right situated. Then I was 2 inches high, and the same applies for the top. It is 1/4 of an inch at 100 yards, so that would be an 1/8 of an inch at 50 yards. So I would take it 16 clicks. Now, I think I've got my scope pretty much dialed in where I need to. Once again, I'm going to put my eye protection on, my hearing protection in, come over to my stationary, rest, and I'm going to announce that the range is hot, live. I would load my weapon again. I would say firing, cock my hammer, shoot. Once you've done that, you can see that now your scope is dialed in where it needs to be and you're ready to go harvest that animal.